your body talking you this? Oh, telling you that, yes, something is off. So that's why we created this program. We both have been practicing for a long time. And we know that this is a story we see over and over again. And we really feel that moms should not feel this way. It is not fair. Moms need to have energy in order for families to run, in order for society to run. We need to have happy, healthy moms. And so we saw this over and over again. I ended up going through it. So this is why we came up with this program, because it needs to be out there for people.
We'll go more into detail with that as well. But one thing that we really see a lot of moms going through is they're not feeling themselves. And so they go to their primary care doc for their physical or their OBGYN. And what happens is that your doctor says, oh, everything is normal, everything is good, all your labs are fine, but deep inside that you're not feeling the same that you should feel. And so we're here to kind of close that gap and give you the tools that you need to help to get your life back. And you're also in the really right place if you are fed up with finding out all of this advice and listening to all of this nutrition advice and lifestyle advice, but it's actually not it's not working at all. It's not helping. So we want you, that just because everyone else is feeling like this in your group or feeling exhausted, this is not normal. It's common often, but it's not normal to feel exhausted. So.
And that's something we always want to reiterate, right? Although every mom around the block is feeling it, or tons are, doesn't mean it's normal.
Exactly. So you're also in the right place if you have shown, if you've looked at all of these different stories and blogs and social media, and you see so many different conflicting information, right? And so of how to increase your energy or how to get healthy for the new year. So are you supposed to follow a keto diet or a paleo diet or a plant-based diet? Or they're all so different, a raw diet, vegetarian, Atkins diet, what are you supposed to follow? And they're all conflicting. And so if you want to find concrete advice that from people who actually know what they're doing, right? And you do really well with systems, right? Systems and step-by-step approaches. So things that when things are just laid out for you exactly, then you don't have to think about, oh, what's my next step? This is the place for you. Also, if you'd like to join an uplifting mommy group, right, with other like-minded women who like to learn from one another and really value education and value knowledge and value success, that's the type of moms that we love to work with. Also, if you would benefit from accountability, right? Real accountability. So we're not talking about, the friend or the neighbor who, your walking partner who bails on you, or your spouse who brings home treats and says, well, just this once, or someone that, just shows up sometimes. We're talking about real accountability, someone who's going to show up for you day and night, rain or shine, the whole time, a true accountability partner. So has anyone here had a true accountability partner, someone who actually does show up no matter what? Type in the comments or in the chat if you have had one. Yeah. Julie says, I've had many friends, but not a true accountability partner. Yeah. So true, right? Like I've often has said, okay, let's do the workouts together, right? And then my friend will say, oh, my kid's sick, I can't show up. It's like, no, you need someone who's there all the time. So that's what we know is important there. So we're so glad you're here. If that sounds like you. So here's what we'll cover today.
Yep. So we'll try to go over basically the history of how the Energized Mama Method came to be, what it actually is, kind of a breakdown of the program itself. So, behind the scenes, what kind of happens, and also how to know if it's right for you, because we definitely are selective and we don't accept everybody into the program. It has to be people basically who are ready, willing, and who fit what it is that we offer in the program. So we'll kind of go through that now near the end. So,
Yep, absolutely.
Just a little bit about us. So basically, before we go any further, I'm Tanya. That's Hallie. We're both naturopathic doctors. We met in naturopathic college. We've been best friends ever since. Although Hallie lives in the States and I live in Canada, we still see each other anytime we can. We try to get some family vacations together. We're constantly trying to do stuff. We're always doing naturopathic courses together and going to conferences. We both really, I guess, believe in the same things. We believe in a bit of balance. So we're not kind of hardcore people who are like, never eat sweets and never drink alcohol and never, we really like to have balance. And we both say that we both have our own practices and we both constantly are telling people basically that, that this is what they need to do. So our values are very, very similar. And that's why basically when we came with this program, we decided to start working together. And this one, we knew it was a good fit because we both see things the same way.
But the one thing that we did notice together is that today's medical model is great. There's a ton. I work in a conventional hospital, a conservative hospital here in Michigan. So we can, modern medicine is amazing. We love modern medicine. However, but it's not the whole picture, right? It isn't, there's huge gaps in modern medicine. It's not just take a pill and keep going. And so we wanted to really make sure that we're looking at the whole picture with our clients' health. So part of our method is to combine naturopathic medicine and the medical model to make sure that we have the most effective results, because we want to make sure that we're having pulling the resources from our natural resources and our natural health and ancient wisdom that's been going on for thousands of years, but not discounting the traditional medical model. That's also important. And just as a background for those of you really quickly who don't know about naturopathic medicine, for some of us, it's a little bit of a newer profession. We are trained as naturopathic, we are trained as primary care physicians. Now in Michigan, I don't practice as a primary care physician. Tanya doesn't practice as a primary care physician in Newfoundland. However, we're trained as primary care physicians. And with that training, so that's 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of full-time naturopathic college. Some of us, there is an option to do a residency. We really have the knowledge to know when you can use natural medicine and when you need conventional medicine as well. So we can really amalgamate the two. But why I'm telling you about our education is it can be really confusing because especially in Michigan and I know quite a few provinces as well as states, anyone can call themselves a naturopathic doctor. So you can go to a weekend course, call yourself a naturopathic doctor, and then just put up a shingle and you've only been to a weekend course. And so that can really put clients and patients at risk. And you can recommend unfortunately, there's a lot of kind of quackery in this natural medicine business. And so we really want to make sure that you understand the distinction between a full naturopathic doctor and then someone who has just gone to a weekend course, learned about a couple of herbs and doesn't know the safety and efficacy of how you use herbs mixed with pharmaceuticals or what's safe and what isn't, right? So that's just a little bit of a background of naturopathic medicine overall, but we love, again, combining the two. And more about my story quickly, again, because I know that you're not here to just learn about my history, right? We want to get you feeling better. But that's exactly why because of all of the confusion around natural medicine is why I have spent the last 13 years of my career in a conservative hospital system here in Michigan. What happened is that the hospital wanted to provide a resource for not only their patients, but also their 5,000 physicians on staff for people who the physicians were encountering patients using natural treatments, so supplements and lifestyle, but the medical doctors didn't know how to advise the patients. So they reached out to naturopaths to help us to help the medical doctors navigate the natural medicine world. So I've worked at the hospital for the past 13 years. I also have a private practice. I teach at the med school. I run a residency program to teaching medical doctors how to use naturopathic medicine. So I love naturopathic medicine. I love spreading the word. And I think what I love the most is working working with patients. I love seeing patients make that transformation. So that's a little bit about me. But Tanya is, this is Tanya's story. I'll let you tell it, Tanya, but I love your story too.
Yeah. So I didn't know that naturopathic medicine existed. I was always just part of the medical model. I remember when I was little, anything that hurt, my mom would give us Tylenol. From a bellyache, headache, hurt my foot. That was kind of what we had. Pepto-Bismol was a go-to as well.
Antibiotics.
Different antibiotics, of course, always. So I didn't really understand there was this whole other world. And I ended up going to nutrition. I loved nutrition when I started learning about actually what our body does. I thought that was fascinating that we could learn about that. And when I finished my degree, I was supposed to be a dietitian. So before I became a dietitian, because I wasn't really feeling 100% like that was what I wanted, I also got a job as a nutritionist at an acupuncture clinic. And at that Chinese medicine clinic where they did acupuncture, I learned so much. So I was hand in hand in a hospital working with a dietitian just to kind of see if that's what I'd want to do. And then in this TCM practitioner's office, and I was seeing so much healing in this Chinese medicine clinic. It was absolutely amazing. People coming in who had had arthritis for years and now were pain-free. People who had had cancer that were free of their cancer. There was a whole wall of pictures of babies from moms who were labeled infertile. I mean, it was fascinating. And then I was in the hospital with, just trying to see if people wanted white toast or brown toast for their meals. And I really didn't find that was very enticing. And this world I thought was just amazing. And the more I started learning about it, I started implementing some of the changes. I started changing my diet. At that time, I had eczema. I had really bad constipation. I had a lot of brain fog at that time even. And I started noticing changes in myself. And I thought, wow, what is this? And that's when I decided I wanted to go into naturopathic college, because in naturopathic college, we do a little bit of Chinese medicine, but we also do herbs and lifestyle. So it's kind of an amalgamation of all that whole other world. So I kind of felt like, basically the veil was lifted and I found what I'd been looking for, even though I didn't know it was there. So a really big part of I normally think, even when I see patients now that come in that are older, and I think if I didn't know what I'd known then, I would be them. I would be just as bad. Like my eczema would have been out of control. My bowels would be horrible now. I would be a different person. So I'm very thankful for my knowledge that I had. I'm glad I learned it when I did. And now it's just my mission to teach it. And that's all I talked about for years. So I not only have I've also been there before when I had kids. So I was living a pretty good life. I was exercising, I was eating, and then I had kids. And it just kind of went downhill from there. So I had constant irritability. I really felt burnt out. I remember looking at the clock a lot of times and thinking, oh my God, how can it be 9 o'clock already? Or how can it only be 9 o'clock? It feels like it's bedtime. I remember constantly waiting for the kids to have to go to bed and just thinking, how can it not be time yet? Because I was just so exhausted. I used to just give my kids things like goldfish or anything I get out of the cupboard. I would eat that myself because I was just so exhausted that I couldn't cook. I couldn't do anything. I wasn't exercising. I used to love to run. But if I would exercise, I would feel even more tired. So I just got really consumed. I didn't really know what was happening. It was my third child. And I didn't have enough time, I know now, for myself, but at that time I really didn't know what was happening. I was just beyond hope. And I didn't know how out of control I was until Hallie was going to come visit me. And like I said, we would go and visit each other all the time. And this one time I was trying to visit her. And normally I would call and say, okay, I'm coming, or she would come see me. And this time I was supposed to be going there because she had came to see me a couple of times because my kids had been young. So she would come to me. And I didn't even I was supposed to go there and I couldn't do it. So I didn't call her. I wasn't answering her calls. And then eventually she got a hold of me and was like, what is going on? And I was like, I can't, I'm so exhausted. I'm so burnt. I just can't come. And then,
you guys, I just want to reiterate this. I went to see her. Sorry, I cut you off there, Tanya.
Yeah.
But really, I went to see Tanya and her leggings were bagging on her. She had bags under her eyes. She was exhausted. Usually whenever we hang out or whenever we do stuff, we want to go to the newest health food store, find out the new restaurant that has, organic food, or, we get really excited to go check out the newest yoga class or the newest sound bath or whatever it is, right? she didn't want to do anything. It wasn't her. And I thought, oh my goodness, what is happening? So, well, then of course, physicians can't treat themselves. That is like a number one rule that we learned, that you can't treat yourself. You can't put on that doctor brain when you're looking at yourself a lot of times, especially when you're feeling sick. So that was the seed. That's when the seeds were planted for the Energized Mama Method, because we came up with a plan for Tanya to get out of her funk and to get out. Because I said to her, what herbs are you taking? What supplements are you taking? Normal naturopathic talk and jabber. And she looked at me completely blank and she was like, what? I'm not taking anything. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting by. I can't even function. So I was like, okay, we need a plan. We need a step-by-step plan that can go and get your energy back, because selfishly, I wanted my bestie back, right? And then I also wanted my colleague back, because we would always call each other and ask, different, what did you find that worked for this ailment? Or how did this herb work? And did you see this new product? And all about naturopathic medicine. And so I wanted her back selfishly, but of course, we needed to come up with a plan. So that's how we started to come up with the Energized Mama Method. So what is the Energized Mama Method, right? What is it, and what does it consist of? So after doing a lot of, that was years ago. So we did a lot of revamping and rechanging the system, and we wanted to make it very simple. And then Tanya was coming back with her energy. She was calling me to actually hang out, and she was saying, let's get together. Let's do this. She was joining the ultimate Frisbee league with her husband. I mean, you can go ahead, Tanya. I don't mean to take over.
No. Yeah. I felt like I was definitely back to life. And the crazy part is I knew that something was going on, that I wasn't myself, but I didn't understand it. I actually remember lying on the couch thinking, maybe I am lazy. Maybe I always thought I wasn't, but I actually am. And I remember I called another friend of mine, a good friend, and I said, am I a motivated person? Like, am I actually lazy? And she was like, oh my God, Tanya, you are not lazy. Okay. You got your doctorate, you have 3 kids, you're constantly traveling. You're always on the go. She was like, there's obviously something else going on. So again, you don't see it a lot of times. So I knew that something was off, but I literally, you start questioning yourself. And we do hear a lot of women say the same thing, like, oh my gosh, I think I'm lazy, or my husband really thinks I'm lazy. And that's not what it is. So it's anyway, it took Hallie to kind of come and see me and analyze it to actually kind of bring that out for us. So.
And the other thing that we really hear is, when our clients go to their medical doctor, that what's being offered is antidepressants, right? And antidepressants can sometimes help, and they definitely have their place. However, what happens with a lot of antidepressants, side effects are low libido or low sex drive, weight gain. They're feeling like more tired, more fatigue. And so while their mood will increase with antidepressants, the other things that we're really showing that are coming up for a lot of the women that we're working with and our clients aren't getting better, right? They're having trouble with connecting with their spouse because their libido is so low, or their weight around their middle is really in continuing to increase, or their irritability with their kiddos, it's just unreal, or their sleep isn't going well. So that's where the Energized Mama Method, if you're on antidepressants, can be really helpful, but antidepressants are the whole picture, right? That's where we can really amalgamate the 2 types of medicine.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about that, just the foundational pieces. Like, I wasn't taking care of my cortisol. I wasn't doing anything for that at a time. My gut had gotten bad again. I wasn't where I was supposed to be, but I wasn't seeing it. And I needed, again, what you need is that accountability. I needed somebody to look in on me and to help hold my hand and bring me through it to get me out of it, because I wasn't going to get out of that on my own. So,
and an actual plan, right? Yes, I mean, exactly. That adaptogenic herbs are helpful. That different foods are helpful, healing the digestive tract, balancing your hormones, but it's so overwhelming. Where do you even start? So a step-by-step plan can be really helpful for that. So this is where we came up with the Energized Mama Method. So that's kind of the background. So what it is it's a 12-week course that that we came up with, and it has 3 components in it. And the 3 components are the membership site, the uplifting support group, and the weekly group coaching calls. So we're going to unpack each one of those so you know exactly what we're talking about. But the main thing is that what we want to emphasize is we want to make all of the moms that work with us independently wealthy with energy, right? And have energy for the rest of their life. It's not just like you have a really good organic matcha or a great cup of coffee or an energy drink, get a bunch of energy and then crash. We don't want that. We want it to be long, sustainable energy that you can go back to these tips and tools for the rest of your life, that you know that if you feel like your energy is going down, you can come back to these ideas and get them in these strategies in this plan and get your energy back up. So the membership site, what's that?
That's the best part, is that you know, once you have this and once you follow it, now you know what you can do next time so that you'll never get as far as what you were. You have these tools, you have these tips, and you can help others with them, right?
Yeah.
Like you now will understand how to get out of this fog. And when you're out, you have this for any time you start going back and dipping again, you can go back and just remember which ones helped a lot and go back and use those again.
Absolutely. So to kind of unpack the different sections of the method is the membership site. So the membership site is based on education. It has lessons. It has audio lessons. It has video lessons, and it's spelled out in a week by week. You do 1 module a week, step by step, all formula, so that all of the thinking and the kind of the lost feeling that a lot of the people have that we are working with is gone. That's eliminated.
Yeah. So flip to the next screen, because I think we have pictures and examples kind of there.
Yes. So this is an inside look of our membership site. We have guides, we have handouts, we have again, these are all the modules that this is one of our videos that we offer. And so things that you can reference, and it's an incredibly straightforward. And what we wanted to do is allow or encourage the moms that we're working with not to be dependent or reliant on us. Of course, we love to hang out with you in our group and chatting with all of the moms, but we don't want you to have to come to us. We want to give you the tools and you the knowledge, right? And we wanted it to be fun, right? We wanted it to be really uplifting and enjoyable because, again, we love balance and we love fun. So we want to give everyone the tools for success for the rest of their life. So you have access to this membership site and any updates that we have for the rest of your life. So even after that 12-week program, you have access to it you have access to all of the information and all of the updates for the rest of your life. So that's a little bit of a background on the membership site there. Now, the next portion of our session our program is the support group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is a great thing too. So, you know, I think some people don't use this enough. Some people use it a lot. It's great just to have, you know, anything you're going through. If you're reading through the module and you're getting to the part where it's about fiber and you're just like, oh my gosh, what are people doing to get more fiber in? You know, or sharing recipes. So a lot of people we have had in the past do like a lot of recipes. We'll share recipes back and forth of things that they're trying, things that they like, things that they don't like. Little tips and stuff that people do. But it's also a spot where you can just be like, oh my gosh, you know, I can't get anything done today. Like I've just been so frustrated and I'm feeling a bit tired again. Like, just please give me support. Let me know anybody else feels this. And other moms will be there to let you know that they have and that they are and that you'll get out of it. And again, that push and knowing that you can get through this, that's kind of what this group is for. So it's a great one for posing any questions you have. And again, it's private. It's just for us that are in there. We see the comments. Anybody else is in the group. So obviously if you know, we normally say it's not meant to be medical. We're not practicing as naturopathic doctors. But, you know, so if you, whatever it is you share and there are other people will see, but again, it's stuff that you can actually, that you want to share with other people that maybe wins or struggles that you're going through.
Absolutely. And we're monitoring it all the time, Tanya and I. And so it's no longer, waiting for the days to get your answers. It's right on, you can get answers right away, right? And so if you're up in the middle of the night, which we hope you're not once you're going through our program, but you're scrolling through social media and you're thinking, oh, I have this question, you can type it in right there and we'll get right back with you. And so that's really a nice tool that you can use, and a really nice support system that you can.
Yeah, we both have been in programs before that we loved the accountability calls and having the group where we could actually ask anything any second. It is really helpful.
So. Absolutely. And so this is a video, and this is not a very good picture of both Tanya or myself. I apologize. We look a little but this is a picture of our weekly accountability calls, right? So they're on Zoom because we really love the idea of the Facebook group and all of the resources and the sharing and the support that you get through the group. But we knew that our clients wanted a little bit more. Some of them wanted more one-on-one attention. And some people don't, they do better with the touch-in, you can actually talk with us live. So we wanted to make sure that we had even more that massive accountability and massive support, right? As moms, you're supporting so many people in so many things. We want someone to support you, right? Mm-hmm. So we created these weekly accountability live calls every week throughout your whole program. We're going to log on live at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday afternoons, and you can ask any question that you want. So you have both of us there, and you can talk, share anything, and we log on and talk a little bit about what we are learning from our clients and what they're going through while they're going through the program, or tidbits that people who have graduated from the program have shared with us, or different things, updates in research that we just read when we're perusing the journals or the peer-reviewed journals, or whatever it is at that moment that is relevant that we really want you guys to know. The really nice thing is that these calls are recorded. So we have a lot of people say, I can't make it at that time. No big deal. That's fine. You can submit your question to us and we'll answer it live on the call. So whenever's convenient for you, you can go back and listen to the call and we'll get your question answered, but also you get to hear the questions that come from the other participants as well. So it's really valuable to have that weekly check-in that's live. You have all the time access to the Facebook group, but if you want to talk to us one-on-one live and it's in between, then you can always find us on that 12:30 slot on Wednesdays at Eastern Standard Time. So we wanted to make sure, do all we can so that everyone who's going through the program feels that accountability and that support, because we know when we're tired, we just need someone to actually show up for us, right? With a method
what to do, or tell us what to do, right?
Exactly. Just tell me what to do. That's what what I often will tell my kiddos' teachers, right? My teachers, their teachers will say, I need to do, well, you can do this or this. I was like, just tell me what to do. You're the expert.
Give me the steps.
So we've got the membership site, we've got the group, the accountability group, and then we have the accountability calls every single week. So it's a really exciting program. But what we love the most about our program is it works, right? Our clients get results. And we wouldn't have taken years to develop this, or put our heads to the grindstone to develop this program if we didn't really think it would work, right? That's the big thing that is so exciting to us. And we love hearing about all of our clients' success stories. So this is Leah. Leah, she can't believe how much energy she has. Her family and friends are astounded. This isn't an actual picture of Leah, just so that you know, because I wanted to preserve her anonymity, but that is Leah. This is Leah's words. And she can't tell you how many times she's heard, it's like the old you is back, right? So she has,
how many? Yes.
Which is, we hear that a lot, that
all the time. That's a big comment. That was my comment when I started coming back to life, right? I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm back. Like, I can't imagine still being where I was. And I never think any woman should ever stay there any day longer, because it's horrible. So yes, you'll get your life back.
Yeah, which is the big issue there, right? The big success. And so, and Leah was pretty, she had tried so many things before. So she was pretty discouraged when she started working with us, because she had done 2 months of keto. She had been vegetarian. She had done just whole food, plant-based. She tried supplements. She had even worked with a naturopath before, and nothing was helping. And so, but after our program, she really found, because we work on the foundations, right? And not only a lot of us know the foundations of health, except for we don't do them because we don't have anyone to hold us accountable for our actions, right? So that's why she was very successful in the program. So then
and she was also the one that had horrible sleep. And by the end, she was like, I'm not waking up at all at night. Like, I am sleeping through the night. She was super excited about that.
Yeah, right. I remember that.
Part of what will happen. I sleep solid every night. I was not sleeping solid when I was going through that. I sleep solid every night. Yeah.
So this is Adina. Adina is a university professor, and she went through the program, and she says, I can't believe how much energy I have since going through the program. And what was interesting about Adina is that she was going through the program, and unexpected stressors, a huge stressor came into her lap through work while she was going through the program. And she couldn't get over how well she handled the stressor. She wasn't expecting this stressor to come in. And she said, normally I would have lost my mind on my husband and my kids, because a lot of times, because she couldn't lose her mind on her students, right, when it was really stressful. So she comes home and there was a lot of conflict. And so she really realized that didn't happen while she was, because her cortisol through the program was balanced. And so that it wasn't this up and down, that she didn't feel like she had control of her mood and her emotions. And so she really was pleased at how she was handling the stress again, right? As we all have these crazy stressors that are coming from everywhere, right?
And she loved the sleep information as well. She said she hadn't heard of much of it before. And her big thing as well, I even have her note here still, that she loved how she did more for herself again. That made her so, she said, before it was all about my kids, my husband, my work, and there was never time for me. And she was like, it's just so nice to have time for me again. And that's a big part of this method, is we really try to make moms find the time to start carving out that time for them. We'll kind of give tips and tricks on how to do that as well. So, because it's really important. If you don't focus on you and don't put the attention on you, you're not going to get anywhere.
Exactly. And so learning how we talk a lot about time management. Of course, you can't give you a supplement for time. We would love it, right? but we give you strategies, tips, and different step-by-step processes to make your time more efficient, because that's so important. And we have the system, again, laid out for you. So you don't have to crawl in and say, oh gosh, am I going to use this or this method? We just walk you through it. So that's really
Hallie, we're at 2:42. So we'll move a little bit quicker, so we're not taking all your time.
Perfect. So also Lynn was great. And amazing. She had great success as well, but we'll go forward, kind of just going through. So basically, this really is for you if you're unhappy with your current energy level or mood or sex drive, or if you feel like you've lost yourself, or if you feel like you have some brain fog going on, and if you feel like you would benefit from some massive support and accountability, or if you're confused of what advice to follow, because who is an expert and who isn't, and who's done the work and who hasn't. If you're exercising more and more and you're still feeling exhausted, this is a big red flag that it might be this is a good program for you. or if you're eating healthy and you still have that extra weight around the middle, or if you're feeling like you're doing everything that you right, but you're still not getting the results, this is a good program for you.
And again, a lot of this is based down on that, our 3 core foundations we talk about. And cortisol, the adrenals, is a big part that we focus on. And we see time and time again, moms come in and say, I'm exercising, I'm eating right, and I still have the weight on. And until they start supporting that cortisol, that doesn't ever happen. And same for the energy. They can try to eat as healthy as they want. They might feel better for a little bit, but it's not going to last because they haven't fixed the underlying foundation, which is that cortisol, and then making sure the gut is healthy. So
the digestive system. We talk a lot about poop.
Yeah.
And so making sure that your digestive system is healthy, your hormones are healthy, your cortisol, like you were saying, the cortisol is so important to do.
Massive, biggest.
Yeah. So would you like our help? Go ahead and put in the chat if anyone would like our help. Yes, Julia. Yes. Yes, Stacy. Yes, I would love your help. Tell me more. Okay. All right. So you have a choice. So you can navigate this on your own and continue doing what you're doing, even if it's not working, or you can join us in the Energized Mama Method, and we can help to guide you and really, really go from the ground up of rebuilding your foundation of health.
Mm-hmm. We got another Michelle here. Yes, I'm so tired of being tired. Exactly.
Right? Yes, it is. It really is. Yeah. Now there's like we said in the beginning, we don't accept everyone, right? Because it doesn't work for everyone. And so we really want to make sure that, this program, is not for you if you don't take personal responsibility for your success. Right. Or if you're stuck in the victim or martyr mindset, or if you're looking for a quick fix, or you're not interested in your overall well-being, if you're not patient with yourself, right? Or you're not committed to reclaiming your energy, or you're not open-minded, this really isn't for you.
Yeah. So it's a really big part. Like, we have turned people away because you have to be able to stay course. You have to be able to do this. You have to want to do this, and you have to be the right fit. So we will do a 45-minute consult to kind of make sure that things are okay. And if it's not, then we'll help to give you resources for something else that could be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can just kind of make sure that you're going to, because we want you to succeed, right? Yeah. That's the thing. So again, the program is for you if you're ready to stop doing all the things that don't work. You know that the roads of success isn't straight and it is windy. You want to learn more about cortisol and digestion and balanced hormones, and you're coachable and you can ask for support and accountability, right? And if you're tired of trying things that don't work, and you want to feel good for not only you, but your loved ones and your family, but most importantly, you.
Yeah. And you want to get back to being like I was adventurous. I love to do things, and I really wasn't for a while. So, if you want to get back to that adventurous side, if you're a fun-loving mom, if you're a mom who, likes to be very present with your kids, if you're a mom who likes to do everything, wants to go to the hockey games, go to the sporting events, and be there for your kids and cheer them on, and instead of having to be just exhausted and not even be able to show up. So, this is why you're doing it. These are your whys.
Yep, absolutely. So just as a review, it's a 12-week program. We have 12 weekly accountability calls that are valued at $2,400. We charge $300 an hour to see our patients in the office, and it can get expensive, especially if you're going through each week for 12 times. So we have 2 one-on-one touch points where we ensure that you're on track with the program. We have access to the private Facebook group, and then lifetime access, remember? And then we have 2-week specific energy boosting meal plans that are valued at $60 a piece. And then we had a specific stress management meditation that was created specifically for our program that was valued at $120. So it's a really really comprehensive. We wanted to, again, the main thing is we want results. That's the big thing that we want from our clients. So if it's okay with you, I'll share with you the offer that we came up with today for you guys attending here to our question and answers. And then we want to get to any of your questions that might come up too. So if you sign up today, we had the price of the program is $1,497, $1,497. But we have two bonuses that we want to share with you guys today because we're really excited about this program, right? We want to have a free initial 30-minute one-on-one appointment with us. So that's huge right there. And then we also are offering an additional 3 months membership to the exclusive Facebook group where we have live accountability calls. And so normally people are off of the Facebook group after the 12 weeks, but we want an additional 3 months so that you can continue even after you're having more energy to continue to learn from one another and contribute. And you're part of this community. So we're really excited to offer that today. If you still have questions about it, we're going to go through some of our commonly asked questions and answers, and we'll go over that. But if you still have questions now, you can also book a call with us, a one-on-one call with us, or if you have to discuss it with your partner, or you have to think about it, I would book a call with us, because then you can actually get down any questions that you still might have. If we don't get to them at the end of this, you can book a call with us. So I'm going to put a link in the chat for the call, how to book a call here. But what we will do when we book a call, is it will look like this, and you will select your time zone, and then it's called the Energized Breakthrough Call, and you're going to book your time zone. And when I put the link in the chat, and then you can just schedule it. We'll call you and we'll go over any kind of questions that you might have. And it is completely free, and it is it's kind of an assessment too. So we have to kind of make sure again that you're right for the program, and that this is what we think would be good for you, and that you're thinking that it's a good fit for us as well. So absolutely. So let's go through. I am going to put that link in the chat if you want to book a call, or if you want to sign up today, please reach out to us in the chat, and you can just put it right to the panelists so that we can get a hold of you, and just put your phone number and your email so that we can get that to you if you want to take advantage of those two bonuses, because those are for a limited time. The extended time to go be in the Facebook group, and that one-on-one initial consult with us. So if you want to take advantage of those really valuable bonuses, make sure and let us know. But if you want to book a call as well, just go ahead and we can put. And are you going to put that in the chat box, or I'll put that in the chat box actually? Oh, okay, perfect. If you put that in, and we'll go over common questions, and then I want to open it up for the floor. For anyone who has questions. So one of the questions that we get a lot is, I'm too busy. Is this program for me? Yeah, we're moms. It's craziness, right? We all know that busyness is a huge issue. So that's what we made it. We made it for busy moms. So that's okay. That's why we spend so much time on arranging the time management, right? So yes, it's okay if you are very busy. Also, if we've kind of covered this though, if I've tried so many things already, will this help? Yes, because a lot of the things that we've tried in terms of, it doesn't have that the 3 prongs to the method, right? Helping the hormones, helping the digestive tract, helping the cortisol, and then that massive accountability, right? So that's a big one. And then should I still book a call or sign, even if I have to talk to my spouse? Like I said, we've already answered that. So yes, please. Did you get that? Did you get that link? Perfect. Yep. There's the link right there. So tell us your questions. We did it. We go tell any questions that we have from the audience or people who are attending here, or any experience. We had one about menopause again. Yeah.
So can I, if I'm in menopause? And yes, 100% we can. So we work with lots of women who are in menopause, women who are in perimenopause. The program is still good. So we do help with hormones. One of the main hormones we work with is making sure that your cortisol is really intact.